Man United 0, Sociedad 0, absolute ball fest. Youngsters got brought on at least, didn't really touch the ball, missed penalty. But through to the next round, didn't it? Through to the next round.
Through to the next round, and that's all that matters, really. Leicester got knocked out, so at least we're not them tonight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're through to the next round, and do you know what? Even though it obviously wasn't the most exciting game, it gave players a chance to get some game time. We saw the potential of some people, and some people just aren't ready. And that was really it, to be honest. There wasn't really much going on, but I enjoyed seeing, obviously, Ahmad and Shola. Not even going to try and pronounce his last name because I got it wrong. I was excited to see them come on. And yeah, in the end, it was kind of like everyone was just playing where they wanted to play, wasn't it? Some of the substitutions did baffle me. When we've got a really important game on Sunday, I don't understand why you're bringing Rashford on at that point in the game. Like, there was absolutely zero need. Obviously, it was nice to see him captain on his 5-year anniversary thing, but it's not about like that. You need him fit, and imagine if he got injured then. Like, what
about Solskjaer's team selection in general then? You spoke about some of the subs. So team selection, subs, game management. What did you make of that?
I thought the starting lineup was all right. I thought, he maybe could have started Ahmad, but obviously it's down to the manager. I would kind of respect that he brought him on in the 60th minute. That didn't really bother me too much. James and Greenwood and Martial are more than capable of playing up front, and Martial needed the game time, so did Greenwood, and obviously Dan James is on good form, so that didn't really bother me that much that he didn't start, but I was happy to see him come on in the 60th minute. The only things that did baffle me was bringing Rashford on, Tuanzebe for Fred, just little substitutions like that. I don't really think were needed, but obviously it gave Tuanzebe that game time that he desperately needed, and what a header that header was. Unfortunately, Lindelof, thinking it's done with WE, goes crashing into the defender. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
The annoying thing is, obviously, Tuanzebe would have still scored that header, but obviously it's the game, isn't it? And then what I did like about a starting lineup is he actually dropped, obviously, Harry Maguire, who was on a yellow card, and we do need him as our defender, and he needs that rest, because if he gets injured, obviously, Bayer's injury prone, you're very like that with your defenders. But I thought Bayer and Lindelof were extremely solid, because Sociedad turned up tonight. They knew our game plan. They knew how we could get in behind him, and they used what a lot of teams do in the Premier League to stop us from scoring goals. They basically just went quite defensive. The shape was very well drilled.
They learned from the first leg, didn't they?
They learned it. We couldn't get in behind them, but they had a few chances. I thought Januzaj played extremely well. And I think it's a shame it didn't work out for him at Old Trafford. He's got so much skill. I generally think if he had that nurturing and great mindset at Old Trafford when he was there, because I kind of heard in an interview that him and Van Gaal didn't really get along very well.
Yeah, they didn't, yeah.
I generally think he could be playing Champions League football. I think he's an amazing talent, but he's getting back on track now, and it was nice to see him out there. But yeah, it just shows what a quick centre-back can do next to an already solid centre-back, because we've said it a million times before, we think Lindelof's solid, we think Maguire's solid, but they don't work together, and tonight showed that. I thought Eric Bailly was absolutely superb. He showed his pace off quite a few times. He was great on the ball, and then I think he brings it out of the defence really well. I've heard people saying his distribution's not that great. I love how he brings it out quickly like that. We missed that from Lindelof and Maguire.
There's a couple of times when looked like Eric Bailly was bored, like he just kind of just, what I mean, he just done an Eric Bailly where he just starts flexing.
But yeah, honestly, I can't understand how he doesn't start when he's fit. I said it on Twitter today. Genuinely cannot understand how he doesn't start when he's fit. I think he's our best centre-back by a mile when he's fit. And as Robbie Savage said in the commentary, it just shows what a difference a quick centre-back makes, because Lindelof looks like a top-class centre-back as well. I'm sure, and people saying, "Oh, let's drop Maguire." I'm sure Maguire would be the same. Do you know what I mean?
Did it make you think differently then about? Because you know what the common thing is, which we always keep talking about. We know we need the centre back, but the common thing is the centre back needs to come in and partner Maguire, because Maguire's the one who's got the most value. He's just calm. He's captain. And the argument's never really. I haven't really heard much of it. Kind of spun the other way to say, well, maybe Lindelof and Bailly. It's always kind of Maguire's the guy, and just get the perfect person. Has it made you think a little bit differently than that in general, not of just one game, but just in general when you saw that?
Well, I've never thought Lindelof was a bad centre-half, as people kind of made out. People often scapegoated Lindelof for the partnership not working out. I generally think Lindelof is a solid centre half, but as we've said, you just need a centre back with pace. It's literally as simple as that, because if you've not got pace, you've got to drop deeper. You're always worried, like it's in the back of your mind, like the striker's going to be able to get past me here. The keeper is more worried because they know once the striker's in 1-on-1, it does affect the game a lot more than people think. And you saw that today. I just thought it looked so much more steady at the back when you know you've got that cover for pace. And I don't mind if it's Maguire or if it's Lindelof, but we need a fast centre half. I do still obviously think we need to buy one, because Eric Bailly's made of glass. I mean, when he went down today, I was like, oh, that's it again for a few months.
Yeah,
but,
you're worried. You're
worried, but I just think Ollie, surely he knows. I just think obviously he wants a centre half, and maybe that's why he keeps playing them, because you can see the difference with or without him. But one other thing, sorry, before you come in, that I wanted to touch on is I think Wan-Bissaka didn't get a lot of praise today, but or maybe he did. I've not really been on my phone, but I thought today his movement on the ball, and usually when he gets the ball at his feet and he's getting pressure on him, he looks like he just wants to get rid of it straight away. He looks nervous. Today he was doing skills to get past people. His passing was a lot better. He was trying to get to the byline. I do think over the last couple of weeks, and I hope it continues, that you really have seen him start to get better controlling the ball, because obviously people go into him and you forget. I've done it as well. I've said he can't really get across him, but Crystal Palace, who were just very defensive team, so he wasn't kind of used to going up and getting forward. I know he used to be a winger. I don't know how that was a thing.
Yeah, he did.
I really think, because Solskjaer said a couple of weeks back that obviously he's trying to improve him going forward. I do think that is working.
He is improving. I agree.
That is credit to that is a bit of credit to the coach.
Well, he was another one today that I thought could have done with wrapping in cotton wool. We need him for the weekend, and I couldn't believe that Brandon Williams didn't start ahead of him, or Tuanzebe, or
I could when I saw Brandon come on. I'm not going to lie.
He didn't look great, did he? He looked like a player he hadn't played in a long time.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, you can't.
Lucky not to get sent off as well.
Yeah, you can't expect a 20-year-old who has not played in God knows how long regularly, when he used to kind of play quite regularly. He's now playing it right back, not left back. Probably more suited to him, to be honest. But his confidence is probably low. You can't expect him to come on and just play a performance of his life. But at the same time, we aren't a charity. And when I was watching him today, you could see the drop-off massively. And I do think there's a player in him completely, but I think he needs to go on loan for a year. I really do. I don't think he's ready to be our backup right back. You see Dallo, he's playing in the Serie A, isn't he? And I think obviously it's not an easy league, and he's doing pretty well. And I do wonder, could he not be our backup right back that we needed? Obviously, Laird's doing pretty well at MK Dons. We've got other options, and to me, I think both of them options are, at the moment, better than Williams. But I think Williams could prove a point if he went on loan. And obviously, if Laird didn't go and Dallo didn't go, he probably would have got a chance to go on loan. But we've got
I think it was that, and the fact that we didn't bring another right back in, they kind of thought, well, if Wan-Bissaka gets injured, Tuanzebe is cover for Bailly because he's always injured. Then we need someone to kind of cover Wan-Bissaka, I suppose. And I think it does. He was supposed to go out on loan, and you can just tell he's not in the plans at the moment. So but I still thought, even being 4-0 up, just chuck him in. Or Tuanzebe first. If you're not going to put him in, then just don't play Bissaka. You know, like you said, bringing on Rashford, starting Bruno. Well, I suppose Mata was injured, so all right, you might probably have to start Bruno, but because we got injuries to McTominay, Cavani, Van de Beek, Pogba. So it is tough. It is tough, but when I understand the starting Bruno thing, because we've got injuries in that position, but I don't understand the Rashford substitution. Yeah.
I really don't. I get every other substitution I understand, and I'm glad he rested Maguire. That is one thing I'm glad he did. But the Rashford substitution, I think that was more emotion than logical thinking, to be honest. And that's not a great sign when you want to go and win things. You need to think in a certain way to get stuff done, because if Rashford got injured, we would have been screwed on Sunday, potentially. Yeah. We saw James there. But with that cover it right back, you can see the left back situation we've got. I mean, it's such a good situation to be in. Tellez's crosses and balls, and the drop off from him and Luke Shaw isn't that big. He's more than capable to play at left back for us, and I think that's what we need all over the pitch. But
Lastly, Chelsea, how you feeling about that? You nervous or you comfortable with that game? Take a draw? Think we should go there and winning? How you feeling?
I think it's going to be written all over it, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Because we've seen him show ball since he's come in. I don't think we're scoring in that. I really don't, because it just doesn't suit our system. They have a lot of possession at the back. And he's playing 3 centre halves, 2 CDMs.
Yeah, they play with 5 now. Yeah, they play the wing back. Yeah.
They've literally got 3 offensive players, and then Werner's pacing. If you play Lindelof and Maguire, which he probably will do.
But then Chelsea might want to keep the ball a bit. That might help us. Let us come onto them, counter-attacking.
Yeah. I want to be positive about it, but I think Ollie will go there quite defensive. But I want us to get the win. I think we could do if we go for it. But it depends how Ollie sets up. And so far this season, he's kind of set up for a draw. And I feel like that might be the case again. Hopefully not. I'd love to beat him, especially because I've just seen some things this week of people saying, like, acting like Chelsea are now this reformed team. Have you seen the type of football you've been playing? It's boring as anything. Like, I would not want Tuchel to come in and do that at our club, personally, play that style. But I hope we can nick a goal, but I don't think it'll be very high scoring, to put it that way.
Yeah, well, to be fair, some are saying that Ollie's not really playing much exciting football either, but we're getting by. We're getting by, to be fair. But
well,
it will be interesting.
Team we play. If you play Leeds, you'll get 6 goals. You play anyone who's got a manager who's actually going to look at the way we play, then we'll probably struggle to score.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Probably 0-0 written all over this. It does seem like it could be. You got a man of the match?
I'm going to go with, do you know what? I'll go with Wan-Bissaka just because I saw a lot of improvement with him today. And Bruno's always excellent. I mean, if that goal would have gone on for Bruno,
yeah,
he's magic. But yeah, I'll see you at the next one. Must win at Chelsea.
Must win. See you later.
See you later.